Green. It's a great color, isn't it? Hello and welcome, my green leaves. This might be the most accurate description of leaves I ever give in these introductions. So, wind. You might know wind as the thing that's outside, doing the rustling of the leaves and everything. Or you are an RPG player like I am, and wind is one of the coolest, if not the coolest, elements you can have in a game. Feel free to disagree, but you would be wrong about it. But I came up with a question. In a lot of games, the color for the element of wind is green. Now you see, if you look outside, you literally see that's no green. That's not. There is no color to wind. But why do we depict wind as green then? At least a lot of times. Not all the time. Sometimes it's yellow, but I put some thought to that and came up with some pretty good arguments, if I might say so myself. And I might, because I am allowing myself to do that. So, let's get into that. First off, the main pretense of this video will be the main four elements. Because my first point kind of points to a different element, which would be the element of plants or wood or whatever you want to call it. But if we only take the four main elements, fire, water, wind and earth, sometimes even called air, I prefer wind. Green is often the color for wind. And I know that plant-based attacks are often associated with earth. Which, honestly, I understand why, but I do not really agree. I associate those more with wind. Because a lot of plant attacks is like leaves dancing in the wind, right? Leaves. Which are green. Like throwing leaves and like razor leaf attacks, if you want to go Pokemon, but not the grass type. That's all like more wind using those plant parts instead of like the earth growing them. Also, plants distribute their seeds via wind. Sometimes other means, a lot of times like birds picking those seeds up and pooping them out. But wait! Birds! Birds do what? They fly. And what do you associate with flying? Wind. We again have a connection between green and wind. Yeah, I cut some corners there, but I mean, think about it. Doesn't it make sense? And I do have more. Because you can hear the wind. Like, well, okay, when it's blowing, but even a light breeze, which you usually do not hear. You do hear the rustling of the leaves in the trees. And what are leaves colored? Mostly green. And yes, the problem with leaves is they can have a lot of colors. But if you just think leaf, the first thing coming into your mind is probably a typical green leaf. Green being the key component here. And, well, leaves are green most of the time of the year as well. It's in autumn where they change color to ugly. So, yeah, associating leaves with green works fine. And leaves with wind, like I said, a lot of leaf kind attacks do use wind. Like getting blown by the wind, dancing in the wind, stuff like that. So, there's that connection. But I have more for you. It's again plant-based, but there's a way you can see the wind. Now, looking at the video I'm playing right now, you don't literally see the wind, but the wind moving over a grassy plain like this, almost turning the grassy plain into some kind of ocean with its waves and everything. You really see the movement of the wind, to be technically correct, in the greenery here. Sure, there might be flowers here which are white, yellow, purple, sometimes also green. There are some green flowers, but mostly you see green when you see the movement of the wind, right? So again, there's a connection between green and wind. And finally, if we take the 4 base colors, and when I'm saying 4 base colors, I mean the subtractive colors, which would be green, red, and blue, and the additive colors, which would be yellow, red, and blue. Google the difference if you don't know. Putting those together is what I say are the base 4 colors. Red, blue, green, and yellow. The thing about that is red goes to fire. Of course. If we associate those 4 main colors with the 4 main elements, red and fire, as well as blue and water, just go well together. Now, of course, you could say sky blue or light blue for wind, but like having 2 of the same colors when you only have 4 elements? Yeah, that's a weird design choice. And yet, design is a lot here because you don't have to follow logic. You could also use white, of course, but we stay with these 4 base colors because they have a nice fitting to each other. Now we have yellow and green left. Now think about earth and wind. If you take earth, would you rather have this green because of the plant thing often associated with the earth element? Or yellow because like there's a lot of yellow sand, you associate yellow with deserts. You know, it just works better for earth. At least in my opinion, and I think in a lot of people's opinion as well. Because whenever you see those elements in a game, yellow or brown is used for earth, depending on which colors they actually use. And like I said in the beginning, green is often associated with wind. So that's a good reason for that. Because the main 4 colors that you use a lot of times, it just fits perfect in that way. Even though I have seen it the other way around, but yellow for wind is just... I can't think of one argument why wind would be colored yellow of all things. That just... No, not really. Yellow doesn't work. So, yeah. That's my opinion on it, and, well, moving on to the outro. So, tell me in the comments what your thoughts about this is. Do you agree? Do you see wind as green as well? Or do you disagree and rather see it as yellow or something completely different? Well, also, if you have other arguments for green and wind, hey, share them with me as well. I'm looking forward to read those. And wind over to the like and subscribe button as well as that little bell. And of course, press them to keep updated whenever I upload a video for you. And especially you back there. So, yeah, after that, check out the links down in the description below, leading to my Twitter, Instagram, and Discord, where I post stuff, keep you updated, all the good things, as well as to my Twitch, where I live stream every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Monday will soon be dropped, though. I hope to see you over there as well, and until next time, bye-bye!